everybody, welcome to another JP's Chalk Talk session, where we talk about connecting, streaming, and delivering when it comes to discussions on live streaming, reviewing media-related technologies, and more. I have a past guest back with me, Joe Ward, who is CEO of Edge Video. I'll provide a link in this video to learn more about Joe and Edge Video in a previous session or Chalk Talk discussion we had some time ago. Edge Video has developed a solution called EdgeAI, which is a broadcast level or live stream player for live or pre-recorded driven content. The EdgeAI player is really designed to provide a fully interactive experience with online viewers, given its unique and powerful artificial intelligence engine. Joe will explain more about it with us today. Suffice to say, it's about providing broadcasters with more capabilities to engage their online audience and vice versa, along with business-to-business or corporate brand efforts. Joe is going to share about some exciting new changes and updates in this session with us today about the EdgeAI technology. Before we talk with Joe, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Have previously viewed one of my vlogs or videos, thank you, and glad to have you back. Remember to hit the like button if you find today's video helpful. So now, let's chat with Joe. Joe, welcome back to
Hey,
the
John.
show. Hey, it's great to have you. Thank you. Doing an update about the Edge Video, or now Edge Video AI solution, and it's great to have you here and talk a bit about it and give an update.
Yep.
I know on our last conversation, and I'll put a link for everybody here, that we talked about, the company, your background, quite in depth about the product. Now there's been some updates since we've talked last. What's kind of the quick update, if you will, and share with everybody?
Yeah, well, thanks very much. I appreciate it. And it's really interesting to be able to, share these updates about the Edge AI player together with you and all the viewers. What's really exciting is that we have our first business channel live called biztv.com. These guys broadcast all across the States, and so that's just a commercial thing. I think it's great. I'll show that to you in a minute when you're ready to jump over. But the Edge AI video player is really evolving, and we have a new release which we want to talk about. So the new release of the Edge AI player has a whole suite of new tools that allows the pro players or the pro users or the channel owners to use the system to correct the AI and to walk through it. So I think what we'll do is that I'll do a quick recap on what the Edge AI video player does, and then we'll talk a little bit about why those tools are so important to really improve the accuracy, to get the viewers notified, and talking about some of those substantial improvements and the rapid pace in which the Edge Video company is evolving.
Absolutely. Why don't we go ahead and jump over to the screen, and we'll allow you to kind of walk through it.
So it's the screen here is this is actually showing the new channel, which is Biz TV, and you can see here, for example, this is a live demo. This is a live feed, so I don't know exactly what content's coming. Well, actually I do, because it's used the Edge AI player. So here, this is the guy, and this is the guy in this. Who's this guy here in the blue suit? He's got a bit of character to him. His name is Rusty Nails. So Rusty Nails is the guy interviewing this gentleman here, and it's now it's just disappeared. It's detected who it was. We now know who the personality was. I can follow him, and I can also do a real-time notification request. So that means is that next time Rusty Nails is live on the program, he's doing an interview, I can request a notification, and the system, and that will come up on my desktop, or if you're a cable TV company, it can be coming up in your app, or a live streaming company, it can be coming up on desktops and mobiles and things like that. So that's just a recap of what it does. The Edge AI player also does live search, which is one of the first pieces of functionality that we introduced. So that we can you can see here, for example, that guy Sully who was on before. I'll just do a search, and boom, I can just do a text search, and find him in the stream. So like, with Google, you could do a search and say, hey, I want to see this guy, John Porterfield. Who is this legendary dude? And it's like,
Thank you.
and I
Too
want to
kind.
find him. And so we can search across the stream, but not just this stream, but we can search across multiple live streams. Another example here, for example, is the World Poker Tour. You can see here, if I just do press enter, then the system is now actually moved to the World Poker Tour channel. So this is not a single player experience. This can be a single player or a multi-channel experience, if you like. So here it was telling me just now that this guy Morten is coming up next. Morten Erlandsen is coming up, and you know what? I might actually do a notification on him. So I can also do a follow. I can say, hey, who is this Morten dude? And is he as popular as John Porterfield, the legendary interviewer is? He's got 2,500 followers, and I can follow him now on Twitter and do things like that. So, interactive, interesting. So you can see here, for example, I'll just pause the video. The EdgeAI player has detected that this is Scott Margaretson, and so it's also telling me up here, it says, coming up next is Faraz Jaka. So here I can follow, I can be notified, and I can also be continuously engaged because it's telling me who's coming up next, it's telling me who's on the screen. And this is the gold, right? And so by using the Edge network, we're using the Edge AI player, the publishers and the app providers can actually have this player available to them to communicate to the viewers, to reach out to the viewers and say, hey, Scott's now live. Do you want a notification? Then the opportunities that come from this that we started to explore is very substantial because we're starting to look at things like smart advertising. If someone clicks on Scott here, for example, then maybe they're interested in poker. I'd say they probably are. If someone watches Biz TV and I just use the search and I flip the channel over, and if we're looking at one of their adverts here, we can do product placements in here with AI and things like that in the future. We can get really smart. We can know what ads that we want to put up there. So, but really right now is that we're moving along with our tools, and so we've introduced the concept of AI correction. So the channel owners can now look at the system and say, hey, that system thinks it's John Porterfield, but it was Brad Pitt, and so it might mistake you for Brad Pitt, and so you could say yes or no, just using the tool. We might even do a little demo of that here. So in a second here. So then the other parts to this is the AI tagging, and so with the tagging, we can now introduce the tools where we can actually click on that person's face and we can tag them in real time, and then the rest of the viewers will see, that being updated. And so, pretty cool stuff. And so, we are having some fun, John. We're having some fun.
Yeah, absolutely,
and
I can tell.
we're getting good reactions from people too. It's like, wow, knowing what's inside the video. That's a change. That's the change. And so,
yeah.
In all fairness, I don't know what all the possibilities are yet. But I can tell you now that I think the system is growing because we've solved a fundamental problem. There's Brian Hastings there. He's on the screen. The system's automatically picking this up, and so I think that the new release of the player is really, really smart. It gives you the power to be able to really take control of the AI as the channel owner, and do that. So the next couple of little updates we have is on this new release is more personalities. So we now have 327,000 personalities indexed on the platform. 327,000. So if it's Barack Obama or Donald Trump, or Donald Trump's not on Twitter anymore, that's where we get a lot of our content. But it is a huge list, and it's growing all the time. Now you can tag those yourself. So that 327,000 you can add to that manually, but the Edge network is actually going off and doing the work and finding new personalities that are all publicly available that we want to see and do that kind of thing. So the other update on the new platform is the new notifications engine has been substantially updated. The notifications engine you may be able to see is running here on the Apple TV behind me. So if I actually have my screen closed, like you can see there, I can see here it says, oh, there's a link there. It says Mary Burton is coming live, and so I can click on that, and it actually takes me into the channel, so I can actually go and watch that channel where Mary Burton, there she is live, on the channel. So the new notifications engine is very smart. It can time sync. So if you miss, for example, this is live content, but if you just miss the broadcast and she was live, but you click on it 20 seconds too late, well, it'll seek back in the buffer and actually play it from that point forward. So the smart playing system in the notifications is a big deal. Mm-hmm. And also the other feature that's built into the new notifications engine is the cleanup. And so if you have a desktop that's requesting people to be, if you want to be notified, and for some reason that they're not, that you haven't clicked on that notification, because you're not going to click on all of them, the Edge network will reach out and clean that up and remove that from the desktop. So wow. It's been a wave of innovation, that Absolutely. We've been working through from the release 2.0 to the new 2.1.
No, totally. I think you're absolutely right. Well, and I think it's interesting that we're seeing this continuance of having better not only connectivity in terms of what I've talked about in terms of edge connectivity, which is another topic for another time, of where we look at the connection to the edge of the end user wherever they're located, in watching some kind of live streaming content or that's being played back through the player, but the integration of the intelligence to be able to adapt and be modified based on, where the user's preferences are is what you're hitting on, as well as from a brand perspective of the integration of the brand and being more advantageous, so to speak, in terms of where I want my brand to be visible, right? And we know the advertising market's changing. So many of these things are all kind of culminating into this process. So this is where a tool like this with EdgeAI and other products out there in a solution can really deliver on providing better value in terms of the investment, both for the broadcaster and businesses and people that are involved, as well as for the end user and their experience when they connect.
Absolutely. That's very much what it's all about. I think the brands are desperately looking for, something new. At my media time in New York with working with the News Corp guys, one of the things that they used to teach me was that that advertisers know that 50% of their budget's working, but they just don't know which 50%. And so and so therefore, if someone does pick Bernie Sanders over Donald Trump, for example, well, that kind of helps you isolate them quite a lot. But then you pile that up with other notifications that they're requesting, and then it compounds. And so, and these aren't things that we're collecting in arrears. These are things that we're collecting up front, so that we, as the system works in real time, we can push the right content to the right people and be smarter about what we're pushing for, and then be able to share that with the brands and get them smarter as well.
That's fantastic. Well, Joe, thank you so much for this update, and we'll put some links for everybody to kind of link to your website where they can certainly learn more about the solution. Any other areas for people to look into to keep track of, if they want to reach out, just go to the website. Is that right? Or reach out to you directly?
Absolutely. Come to edgevideo.com or email me, joe@edgevideo.com. We are on an aggressive roadmap now. We've got some really exciting announcements coming, and so we'll keep everybody up to date with through our social media, and you can follow us on LinkedIn too. But we've got some pretty exciting announcements, and I'm looking forward to giving you an update in the next interview.
I want to thank Joe Ward again for his time in sharing about the exciting new updates and changes with the EdgeAI video web player. It's fantastic to see the progression of the technology and what we see in traditional video culminating into a more immersive online experience. such as those wishing to connect with their favorite channel, connect or follow via social media, or more as we work to build and bridge the breadth of the live streaming marketplace today. Maybe you're a broadcaster, an online media services provider, or an operator, and found this session helpful. Then please like, share, and comment. Your comments and likes really do help this channel grow. If you're not a subscriber today, then please subscribe. Again, stay safe, stay well, and we'll talk to you in the next session.